some men think, some guys, probably younger guys, think that dancing is effeminate, and men don't dance. But they're not in the know, because if men know how to dance, it gives them a advantage in getting along with women. So men and women like to dance, and so the guy who wants to get to know more women and get closer, if he learns to dance, that's a great opportunity. He's ahead of the game. He's ahead of the competition.
Hey, it's Patricia, Cure for Two Left Feet, and around here, we're all about dance and freedom in life. So let's dance and explore on what life can be like when you can live it on your own terms. Good morning, Dr. Peacher. Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell me where you're from.
I'm Terry Peacher. I live in Clarksville, Tennessee. A retired physician.
We met several years ago. What got you into dancing?
My first recollection of a dance situation was when I was in the first grade at school, country school, outdoors. There was some sort of event, and part of the event included some dancing. And there was a girl there I was very strongly attracted to, my age. And I wanted to dance with her, but I didn't know how to dance, and I didn't have the courage to approach her. So that just stuck in the back of my mind. So when I had the opportunity to learn to dance later in life, I learned to dance.
What type of physician are you, if you don't mind sharing?
Psychiatrist.
Psychiatrist. Okay. As far as the benefits, mentally, socially, physically, what are the benefits that it has given you because you know how to dance?
Dancing by itself is enjoyable. I think it's sort of from as humans evolve, they dance, probably learn to dance before they learn to speak in evolutionary terms. So dancing has multiple benefits. You can say it's a good form of exercise for the mind and the body. And dance music for me can be very energizing, and I can feel lethargic, but the dance music starts playing and I want to get up and move. So it's very helpful in that way, particularly as you get older. Among the benefits of dancing, of course, are the social benefits, meeting people, perhaps forming new friendships. There's a social circle in dancing, and often you get to know the people on the dance floor. Doesn't always work out as friendships.
How long have you been dancing?
I don't know, 30 or 40 years on and off. My wife started dancing in Nashville, but I had back issues at the time. But about a month later, I joined her in Nashville, and we took dance lessons, sometimes together, sometimes separately. So it's been part of our life. We enjoy dancing with the stars and enjoy dancing in general.
Statement: people who dance have more fun out of life than people who don't.
Sometimes I think that's the case, yeah.
Yeah, well, I think most of the time. Now, you brought me in, I want to say it was around 10, 13 years ago, to help teach your patients. Did you see any improvement as far as socially or mentally?
Yes, some of the patients were sort of on the shy type, and I think it developed confidence in them socially. And it let me see them in a different aspect. I could see them individually and learn much about them. But, in a social setting, I learn a little bit more, and they maybe learn a little bit more about me too. In our dance setting, it was a combination of medication group and dance group, which I did in different ways. For a hyperactive child who was on medication for that. In the group setting, I could observe to what extent he was hyperactive in a group setting and to what extent the medication was working. And even if he was taking medication, if he was not following the guidelines and not taking his medication, I could certainly tell it by observation in a group. Actually, one of my patients became pretty good at dancing and actually later became a dance instructor in another town.
That is really cool.
Actually,
That
he
is
has.
really cool. Maybe I'll get his name later. And
No, you won't get his name later.
okay, maybe I won't get his
Sorry.
name later. Okay, but yeah,
You know the
that's cool.
rules.
It's like the real ripple effect. It's because in your profession, you didn't have to bring me in. You didn't have to teach your students, but you did. And he's going to think about you, you know, because I know I have a lot of joy that I get when I teach. And this transference of energy, you know, when I get done teaching in the evening, I come home and I'm just jazzed up and I've got to actually calm down a little bit. Okay, so JT, when we had a private the other day, he said this one certain word, and it kind of shocked me. He says, you know, men who do not want to dance with their wives and their girlfriends are just cowards. And I'm like, ooh, JT, that's a strong word. I go, however, I've been wanting to say that out loud for a long time. And I'm glad you said it. So how do you feel about JT's comment about men who are afraid to dance are just cowards?
You can magnify what they are and call them cowards. I think they lack confidence. I would use that word more likely.
Yeah.
Men like to feel in charge and in the know, and dancing, unless you've been trained or studied it, you're not in the know. Some men think, some guys, probably younger guys, think that dancing is effeminate, and men don't dance. But you know, they're not in the know, because if men know how to dance, it gives them a advantage in getting along with women. So men and women like to dance, and so the guy who wants to get to know more women and get closer, you know, if he learns to dance, you know, that's a great opportunity. He's ahead of the game. He's ahead of the competition.
Yeah. Now, how did you overcome your insecurities to learn how to, or did you experience that? Were you afraid at all or concerned when you started dancing?
Other than being a first grader, not particularly. Many guys like myself we're competitive to an extent, and most early dancing you learn in a group setting, and it doesn't take long to get over the anxiety.
Have you traveled and gone dancing, or better yet, were you traveling and there was a nice song that just came on, whether you were in the shopping mall or at a restaurant, you just spontaneously bust out and dance while you're traveling, or anywhere?
Well, I've worked at a mental health center, and between patients, you know, I get in dance mode and sort of dance up and down the hall. So that was in Clarksville at the mental health center when I worked part-time there for a while, later in my career. So, you know, you get the urge, and if you got nothing else to do, you can dance.
Like when you walk into a room, you know, you give an air of this very intelligent, serious person. And then when we get you out on the dance floor, it's like the other
Let your hair
side
down.
comes out, you
Go
know?
with the flow, go with the music.
Yeah.
Again, music can be very energizing. I wanted to bring up a couple of special situations. Almost every size of a certain town has senior citizen center, and almost all senior citizen centers have dances on the weekend, Friday and Saturday, maybe both nights. And it's really great to watch the seniors get up and dance. When I turned 50 years old, I was old enough to go to the senior citizen. I don't do that much these days, but I have that option of doing that. But I think for dancing for older folks, as for younger folks or any age, is a very good thing, is for reasons we've mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
There's another situation that particularly applies to Argentine tango, close embrace style, which is the supposed authentic type of Argentine tango. In the big city, particularly people who've just moved in, there's a lot of lonely people, and this is one way to get close to other people, particularly the opposite sex in general. You do Argentine tango, have that close embrace, and get lost in the music. You may or may not develop a relationship with the person you're dancing with, but at least you feel the comfort of the close embrace. And
Yes.
I think that's interesting.
Yeah, human contact. Yeah, and I know with Argentine tango, to some people, it's their religion. Have you
Yeah,
heard that?
is their religion? Is
It's
that
their
what you said?
religion. And
Yes.
what else? I don't know if I want to say this out loud because, that intimacy with Argentine tango. I know a lady in Atlanta, her and her husband's relationship is kind of, and she says that was her way of not cheating on the relationship. Is she dances, she has that intimacy, just a close embrace, and that's good enough for her. What do you think about that statement?
I think that's good. Even the standard embrace, which is distance between the chest, some people are threatened by that, but many people overcome that amount of intimacy. In most social dancing, you don't see a close embrace. And you see some couples who never dance with other people, which is very interesting, but just dance with each other for their own reasons, which is accepted in the dance community, of course. But the issue of physical intimacy is out there.
Mm-hmm.
But both my wife and I, we with Argentine tango, of course, we dance with the Argentine people in the authentic setting. We do close embrace. I'm not threatened by her being in a close embrace with somebody else. I'm in close embrace with somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How many styles of dance do you know?
Well, there's American dance style and there's international dance style, and there's club dance style. With tango, there's three styles: Argentine tango, international, and American style. So they all have their characteristics and the differences, and all overlaps too in what you do.
Yeah, and when you say American style, that includes waltz, foxtrot,
Yeah, American
um,
tango and,
mhm,
and
bolero, cha-cha. I know hustle, swing. It's pretty amazing how many dance styles you know.
well, I've been exposed to know them to some degree. Yeah, the hustle was the first dance I learned, actually. I just couldn't think of that before, but that was the first dance I think I learned a little about.
Yeah, yeah. And hustle, for those of you who don't know what hustle is, it's not the line dance, it's the partner dance that goes to 70s style disco music. It's high energy, and seeing Dr. Peacher light up and stick his finger in the air. Okay, well, is there any other things that you'd like to share that could inspire a gentleman to step out of his comfort zone? And
Well, there's just so many opportunities to dance if you become aware of it. And of course, one opportunity are weddings. Of course, there's a wedding these days. More and more couples do a wedding dance when they get in part of their marriage events. And so the couple are often taught to do a dance if they don't know already. And then people in general dance. And the other situation in a wedding dance is the father-daughter dance, which I got to do once, and that was nice. And then also dancing with the other side of the other families involved. And businesses sometimes put on dances. There are many situations where dances are created and an opportunity to dance, strut your stuff and stuff.
Dr. Beecher, I sure do appreciate you and your precious time and helping me do this little project. And yeah, we're gonna through helping men learn how to dance, we're gonna make a lot of women happier.